Good evening, everyone. Joe Mania here. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good evening and you're enjoying a well-deserved day off as a fan. The Yankees are deserving of a well day off as a team and getting ready for a big weekend series. So we are going to do a little bit of everything in this broadcast, but most importantly, here in the beginning, he has a few minutes and he's been kind enough to join us. And we're going to start off, of course, with some nice and crisp Yankee talk with Jason, one of our co-hosts here at NY Yankee Mania. And he was very, very, very gracious enough with his busy schedule to come and say hello to all of us. Hey, Jason, how you doing, big guy?
Hey, man, how are you? Hey, chat, what's going on, everybody?
How's it going, man?
Long day, long day.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
First of all, important. How's the family?
Family's good. I mean, it was a crazy day. My wife took a later train, so I just ordered sushi for my daughter. She wanted sushi. I had to go out and pick it up. And they went to run an errand. Now I'm waiting for them to come home, and so we can eat dinner. And then I still have probably about another 5 hours of work I got to get done too.
Ouch. Okay. Well, at least we all have a little day off. We all get a day off. The fans get a day off. The Yankees get a day off, and that's great. And Boone gets a day off to ponder everything. So that's great. Let me get your impressions. What is going on with Tampa Bay? My God, they don't lose. They just wiped the floor to Kansas City.
They're good.
They are good. They are good. They're gonna be tough, man.
Their franchise just dealt a big blow earlier today. Wander Franco was found guilty on all counts.
Yeah, but you knew that was going to happen. I mean, come on.
It's in the Dominican Republic. He was given a 2-year suspended sentence.
Right.
And it's basically the condition is he has to stay away from young girls with sexual intentions. If that were here, they would have buried him under the prison.
Yes, right? Without a doubt. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, he's got, Ken from The Ugly Truth says that Grissom has 9 lives. I think this guy's got about 30 lives.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's a lucky bastard.
Yeah, really. Jason, do you know any late word on any replacement for JC? I haven't seen anything, and people are asking me. So they'll probably announce something tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll have to make a corresponding move to get the roster back up to 26. So it's going to be a bat.
About it. Yeah,
it has to be a bat. So.
What did you like and what did you not like in that Cincinnati series? Talk to us about it. What were your feelings about the 3 games?
I liked Max Fried.
Okay.
I liked yesterday 4 hits from Grisham and Dominguez. I didn't like the lack of situational hitting. I don't like the ghost runner at all. The Yankees lost the series, but it is what it is. Like they also beat the Tigers a 2 series before that. So they're not a walk in the park. So
no, and I'll tell you, Clint Hurdle had said, too much hype on De La Cruz, but he's very, very good, Jason. I mean,
De La Cruz.
Yeah,
he's a stud. He's
definitely a stud.
We have a player in Double-A who was very similar to him.
Yeah, and the thing that impressed me with Dominguez, oh my God, that he can run, Jason. I mean I realized that, but Cruz had a hard time throwing him out from shortstop.
Yep.
On a normal ground ball. I mean, this guy is a speedster. He stays healthy. I mean, he could do so much. If you really think about it, what do you think about? If he incorporate, which I know he's more of a power hitter, but if you lead him off, let's just say, and he starts bunting and all, wouldn't that be a great different element in the Yankee arsenal than what they've shown right now? Or you don't want Dominguez there at all?
Not until we know he knows how to bunt. Pitchers can easily adapt to bunts, unless you're somebody like Tony Gwynn or something like that,
right?
Where you can't really tell he's bunting until the last second. So So we'd have to see his ability to bunt. I don't mind somebody bunting if they're at leadoff,
Right.
as long as they can get on base. And it's up to the guys behind him to freaking move him over or drive him in. So it has to be a collective effort. So, but I need to see his ability to bunt. There's one reason I've been pushing for Brendan Donovan, because he's one of the best bunters in the game. He's also one of the faster players in the game too. So I doubt that's going to happen. But if Jason Dominguez shows that he can bunt and he stays here, then so be it. More power to him. Let's go.
Jonathan is reporting. Let's see. I'm putting it here. Some minor league housekeeping. Hedrick went on the 7-day IL, while Pereira went on a temporary inactive list. When you see inactive list, what could that mean, really? Obviously he's not active, but does that mean hurt? Does that mean a personal problem?
Don't know, but the first thing I'm thinking is Spencer Jones probably going to get called up AAA now.
Are you serious? You really believe that?
If he's inactive, he's going to be taken off the roster.
Wow.
Who else are you going to call up?
It's true. But but for JC, you mentioned in the morning that you would like, probably a pitcher coming up.
No,
no, I'm sorry. No, you're right. A hitter. I'm sorry.
It has to be a bat. It's probably going to be Jesus Rodriguez or what's the other catcher? Rafael Flores.
Yes, he's
most likely going to be one of those guys for a couple of days. And then I'm also hearing some rumblings that Cam Schlittler might get called up in a couple of days to take Alan Winans' next start.
That's Jonathan's main guy. He loves him, and I think we all might love him. I mean, his stats have been incredible.
He's got more out stuff, a lot more lights out stuff than Winans. I like Winans. I think he'll be better the second time around, but Schlittler looks like a more dominant pitcher. So.
Yeah, Jonathan's reminding us that if you're in the Yes area, the Patriots game just started it's actually an hour into it on the Yes Network. So you can watch Jones and company on Yes right now.
And Lombard,
which is amazing. I don't know if you heard a good portion of the early show, Jason, but I made a commitment and a promise to the channel. I am sick and tired of bashing and all of that. Not so much me, but with the chat. And I made them understand that enough is enough with Boone. It's time. Yeah, it's time. It's really time that he's our manager. He's the Yankee manager. And what I really want to make everybody understand is, instead of booing the guy, let's stand behind him, because there are reasons why with the lineup and all. I know we get upset, maybe not you, Jason, but a lot of people get upset. And I just feel enough is enough. You know what? He brings us into the playoffs with what he has. He brought us in, he guided us to the World Series with what he has. But he doesn't play every position or any position. That's on the players.
Yep. They're paying a lot of money.
That's enough, guys. The guy deserves a little kudos already. Enough. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's look, man, I call out people who trash him all the time. And especially when they can't really explain the trashing, if they're using other people's trashing comments and whatnot. So I'm gonna keep calling it out. So, but is he perfect? No. But what manager is?
No, nobody is.
Yeah, and he's dealing with the roster that he has. Like, if he had a roster as stacked as the Dodgers, I'm guessing he would have probably have a chip already. If he had a roster as good as Girardi came in with at the core four and all those guys, he would have had a chip already. But last year was the first time he had a top roster, and he took him to the World Series.
And it wasn't perfect.
Yeah, and he's top 10 all time in manager winning percentage, Major League Baseball history, with with unflattering rosters. I mean, the guy went to the ALCS with Josh Donaldson and IKF.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly.
He did with Willie Castro and these guys. That's the personnel he had. So
right. And if you're gonna boo him, then what do you say about? I mean, and I don't want to stir up trouble, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna boo Boone, then you're not booing Judge for what he does in the playoffs. What I'm saying, the playoffs. I'm not saying the regular season. Everybody loves him in the regular season.
Yeah, sure.
But
Ohtani
I am getting really sick and tired of the bashing. And I'm making a commitment. I'm not saying we can't go on a rant or can't say anything.
Of course.
But to the player, forget the manager. He's gotten booted too many times. He defends his players.
Yep.
Maybe to a fault.
Yeah, to a fault. And again, like this is my, and I probably ruffle feathers when I say this. When fans say, "Don't tell me how to fan," right?
Right.
Why don't you just add to it? Don't tell me how to fan while I tell Boone how to manage, while I tell Cashman how to GM, while I tell Hal how to own.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell everybody else what to do, but you don't want to be told how to fan.
Right.
The double standard is just comical, right? And to me, it doesn't bring any value to the conversation. Can Boone do better at things? Yeah, sure. I don't listen to his post game, so I can't really express any outrage. I don't listen to him ever. So I go with what's going on, what happens on the field. So but the perspective from the bench and the perspective from the dugout and on the field is completely different than it is from the television. Completely different.
Yes.
Reaction time to a 110-mile-an-hour ground ball from Stanton in a split second looks completely different on the ground than it does on TV. It looks easier said than done when you're watching it from TV. It's not easier said than done. So I think it's important for people to have that perspective. It's not as easy as you think. If you see the game looks much faster when you're sitting in the dugout, when you're on the mound.
Without a doubt.
Much faster. And catcher is the only person that can see everything at once. Catcher's the only person who can see it. So it's just, I think it's important to have perspective. That's all.
Jason, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but it's a lot of times it's hard to get in touch with you, and I don't like bothering you. But while you're on, I'd like to personally ask you if you can, at 4:00 on Wednesday here on NY Yankee Mania, I'm going to have former Yankee outfielder Billy Sample, and I was hoping. I was really hoping that you join me with the interview, if it's possible. Would you give us the honor to do that?
What day is that?
Wednesday, July 2nd at 4 p.m. I'm sorry, 2 p.m. Oh, listen to me. 2 p.m.
2 p.m.?
Yes.
Wednesday, July 2nd at 2 p.m.?
Yeah, it's on NY Yankee Mania. Already, the link is already out, actually.
2 p.m. would be easier for me to do than 4 p.m.
Yeah, you got it. It's 2:00. I made the mistake to say 4:00. I will mention a Billy Sample who is kind of a personal friend, and he's been nice enough to come and join us.
Cool.
And there's nobody I would like better than to have somebody like yourself. We did a great interview the other day, and I'd like to continue that.
Yeah, 2:00 I think I can do on July 2nd. So
okay, then you heard it, fans. For the come on down, baby. And remember, you can start asking your questions now. Go on the link. It's on NY Yankee Mania. It's on Facebook. It's also on X. So you can go on there, say your questions. What would you like us to ask him? And he's gracious enough to come on and talk to us. Remember, I don't know if you know this yet about Billy Sample, but he played 1 year for the Yankees, and it was a crazy year. He came in when they fired Yogi Berra after 16 games and brought back Billy Martin. So can you imagine the stories? That alone, it's worth to listen to.
Yeah.
If you're a Yankee fan, you've got to listen to this.
Yeah.
Because the man was there. He knows. And also, he has a great book out. 1 year here and then some. It's. I put the link. I put the book on also NY Yankee Mania, but it's very interesting. Spending 1 year with the New York Yankees, and let him tell his story. He was right there.
Let's
and
go.
Yeah, So, oh man, I'm pretty pumped that you're going to do it with me. I really am. Thank you.
Yep.
So just mark that down on your calendar, and also, I will I will put it in the link too. I'm going to add it.
Can you pull up Jake's comment?
Sure. Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect example was
yes.
the first game of the World Series. Why this is a common talking point in the narrative all the time, right? By so many people who question the decision and so on. I don't know if you folks remember the matchup at the time favored Nestor Cortes. It was on the screen.
Yes.
It was shown on the screen that the matchup favored Cortes. So he went with the matchup favoring. And again, any bullpen that comes in, any reliever that comes in has a 3 batter minimum, right? Which sucks, but it's true. So either way, if Hill came in and gave up that home run to Freddie Freeman, right, people would still be blaming who?
Boom. Of
right?
course.
So it's a lose-lose situation. This is a common narrative and talking point for those who have nothing better to do than blame Aaron Boone for anything that doesn't go right. Okay? And that's not what cost them the World Series.
And I've woken up to that fact. And Jason, I am tired of it. I am tired of it.
Look, people are entitled to their opinions, and that's totally fine. But,
right.
Why are we still reliving this talking point?
Yeah, no, I mean, come on. Not for nothing, but I mean, a lot of I'm sick of hearing, well, Joe, they don't have, and I'm guilty of it, they don't have the same lineup twice. What championship potential team does that? Well, the Yankees feel to do that because they have certain players that need to play, but they can't do anything else, like a Giancarlo Stanton. You can't put him anywhere else. He's got a DH.
And I think one of the problems, too, is they don't have a prototypical leadoff hitter right now.
Right.
Somebody who can set the table at the top for everybody else. So if it turns out to be Dominguez at some point, then so be it. Turns out to be Dominguez, right? So, but, that's got to be one thing. And their bench depth is not that stable either. So if you sit one of the starters, who are you going to replace him with? It becomes a relatively precipitous drop-off from starter to backup for the most part. So this is on Cashman. It's on him, his responsibility to supply Aaron Boone with some better weaponry on the bench.
Yeah,
so,
Boone can't come out and play third. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
And
so it's what's up, Max?
Hey, Max, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How's everything?
Yeah, and to Sean's point too, Cortes did neutralize Ohtani. So
yeah,
I think he got Betts out too. But Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. That's a deadly trifecta right there.
Oh yeah, listen. There's no question. The Dodgers are only going to get better with a lot of the players coming off the IL.
Yeah.
What we should be relieved on, Jason, is that it was reported that with Loizica could have been something wrong with the arm, but it looks like it's only he just got ill.
Looks like he has the flu.
A big relief.
Looks like he has the flu. So
he has the flu, and however it is, at least it's not the arm, it's not a groin, it's not any of that, and they do believe. We got kudos from Jacob Petruzzi, Jason, and Joe, my guys. Well, thank you, Jacob. Thank you.
And Jake too, and I see what you're saying too, Jake. I understand what you're saying. So it's nothing but love, man. It's nothing but love, dude.
Boone could play third base, and he was a third baseman for years. Yeah, he was a very good third baseman.
When he played, yeah. I mean, and he's the reason why the Yankees got A-Rod. So after that home run,
because he got hurt playing
tore his ACL playing scrimmage basketball, and the next day they traded for freaking A-Rod. So
Sean Browning is saying, I'm sorry, Sean Browning. Where is it here? Losing my mind. Okay, Goldie has been a fine leadoff hitter. Would you keep him there?
I don't know. I have no. I don't think anybody on the team right now has to stay the leadoff hitter. I can't think of anybody. Which is why I don't think they can either. Which is one reason why there's rotating leadoff guys. There's nobody that's an obvious guy that needs. This guy needs to be leadoff hitter every day. There isn't anybody right now.
You know what's really sad about that? If you really think about it, and he was a different hitter. Anthony Volpe would have been great as a leadoff hitter because he would be able to bunt. He'd be able to hit and run. He'd be able to do a lot of different things, especially when, he's up in let's say the next inning or the inning after that, and there's men on base. He'd be the perfect guy to hit the ball to the right side, to maybe bunt the guys over. Yep. But because he's so bad in his pitch selection, before you turn around, it's 0-2 on the guy. You can't do much.
Yeah, it's true. We got news from Jacob.
Yeah, and that's a real problem. It really is a problem.
Yeah.
I know we are getting close, Jason. I know your time is limited, so whenever you say that you have to go.
Yeah, my wife is giving me the okay, come get dinner look.
No problem. But at least we got out of you that you're going to be with us on Wednesday. We're all set on that.
And plug up Jacob Petruzzi saying Griffin Canning might have torn his ACL. Well, that sucks.
Who's that now? Of the Mets?
Let's pull him up here. Griffin Canning. Yeah, he's with the Mets. He's a pitcher for the Mets.
Right. That happened tonight, Jacob?
That's nice.
That's going to really stink for them.
Mets need to get a pitcher one way or the other anyway.
Now they do. I mean, what are they going to do? Bring up? Anybody down there? Minaya is getting clubbed down there. So
yeah.
Well, again, I want to thank you for anything I can get from you, man. I take.
Thank you for having me.
And so does the show. And hopefully we'll see you before that. I'm sure we'll see you in the stream, but we'll see you Wednesday at 2 p.m. I will send you. The link is on, but I'll send it to you.
Everybody in the chat, have a great night. Joe, you're the man. Talk to you later, man.
Yes, thank you so much. Love to the family. Don't forget. All right, guys. So you heard it here. So please, by all means, on Wednesday at 2 p.m., please come. And we're going to have a wonderful interview with Billy Sample, everyone. I think it's going to be a really, really good night, a good day, and a lot of fun to talk about. I'm looking forward when he talks about Billy Martin as the manager all year, what it was like, how was that? That is amazing. So that interview is great. I want to say hello to a few people. Merck, so saucy. Hey, where have you been, guys? Have you been? How's everything going? I hope you're doing well. Please hang in there with us. Eric, how you doing? Good to see you again. Ken, how's it going? Was at your show. You had a very nice show before. Max Coverage. We're waiting to have you come on, my man. We're waiting for you. Please get in touch with us, and love to have you on. That would be a really great show. Thank you. Merck, I'm glad you're doing great. I'm glad you're back. So guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about, first of all, in yesterday's game, when was the last time the Yankees had two players in the lineup? I mean, and I'm not talking about like when they won like 25-3 or something. The last time that two players had 4 hits in a game for the Yankees. Oh, I'm sorry, Merck, that the heat wave got you sick. I am glad that in New York City, it's calmed down for a couple of days, at least till Saturday night, Sunday. But I'm glad you're feeling better, you and your family. But those two 4 hits in the lineup was unbelievable. And Ken from The Ugly Truth always says that Grissom has 9 lives. And he's right. I mean, when he's down and out, and we all think, oh boy, the shoe's going to drop, he pulls a 4-hitter, and that's funny. Let's go to the chat a little bit, Jake. The fact that Grissom and Dominguez was surprising to me, but it feels like it's been such a long time. Yeah, well, but there's no consistency. Grissom and Dominguez isn't, when one is in, usually the other one isn't in. very rare do you see them together. And look at how they performed. It was incredible. It was really incredible. Will we see that on Friday? We'll see. We'll see. We just have to rally. We have to rally around the team, the decision makers. I'm looking forward to see who they're going to bring up for JC for tomorrow, at least the next couple of days. Whoever it is, I think is going to be a win-win quick. But I do agree that Alan Williams will go back down, and they are going to bring in everybody's favorite, Ken Schlittler. I don't want to mispronounce the name, but I think he's going to come in and pitch a game for the New York Yankees, maybe on the road to take a little pressure off of him. Jake is also saying, I also think that you're right in a sense that Boone is working with what he has. Too many players for too many positions. Now that's a nice thing to have, but unfortunately, we have to think about what is our future. Is our future Grissom? Is our future Dominguez? Are we looking at Bellinger to be our first baseman next year? Hey, D-Train, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Are we looking for, what are we looking for? And who should we play down the stretch? Who deserves to play? Do you go with the hot hand, which is the right thing to do, but you can't, in my opinion, Dominguez has to show he has so much potential. That speed alone, can you imagine having speed? He reminds me a little bit of a very, very young, and this is going out on a limb, but a Ricky Henderson. He's got the wheels. The only difference is he's a switch hitter. But he can do it all. I mean, look at that speed. He hit the ball to shortstop 3 times. He beat it out twice. That's unbelievable. That's unheard of. The guy has a rocket to first base. He beat it out. What is that telling you? He's a speedster. He's a road runner. He runs the heck out of the ball. And you gotta have this. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. D-Train says, I kind of feel like Grissom is the main outfielder and Dominguez and Cody are splitting time. Yeah, but that's a very expensive splitting of the time. Cody's making a ton of money. He's making a ton of money. And Jake follows that up. This is why I can't for the life of me understand why he's not in the lineup every day, and 2, why not leading off? Well, you may want to see that power in the middle of the lineup. You may want to see, a lot different. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. But I think the Yankees are very well. They are disgusted in their own mind that they have to next year. They have to concentrate on a leadoff hitter. No question in my mind. That has to be the number one focus, along with what you're going to do in the bullpen, because both of our main relievers are free agents. What do you do? But on the good side, there are a ton of relievers that are going to be available. Do we want the guy from the Cardinals? That would be the logical choice. I mean, I feel the Yankees will keep one of these guys. I don't think they're going to keep both. I might be wrong. Maybe Williams will turn around and say, "Hey, I don't mind getting a setup money." And if he does, I don't think they'll go that crazy with Weaver because he hasn't been making a lot of money. So I doubt he's going to go from $1 million or $2 million to 18 a year. I doubt that's going to happen. So they might be both affordable if Williams or one of them decides they're going to be the eighth inning man, no question in my mind, Williams is going to get a lot of money. Even if it's a 3-year deal, he's going to get closer type money. That's a fact. Unless, God forbid, he gets hurt. And, nobody wants to see him get hurt. D-Train says, call me crazy, but even the Yanks had the perfect leadoff hitter. They would not lead him off consistently. I don't think so. If you had a Chuck Knobloch or a Willie Randolph or a Mickey Rivers, I'm just talking Yankees, they would be leading off. There's no question about that. No question. And as I spoke to Jason, there at 161, if Anthony Volpe had more oomph in his swing and the bunting was there, the game, who knows? They might even be telling him, we want you to hit as hard as you can. I can't believe that's the type of player they want in Anthony Volpe. That doesn't make any sense at me. Hey, Dev Finch, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Dev, you'll be happy to know a little bit later here on the stream, we are going to be talking wrestling, so stay tuned for that. Anybody that loves WWE stuff, I'm going to go over a few things, a few scenarios, and also leading up to our live broadcast on Sunday at 10:45 on our Turnbuckle Talk with TJ. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but right now we're in hot Yankee talk. Hey, Ken. Ken says Weaver is on a 1-year, $2.5 million right now. Okay. So what would it take? $10 million a year for 3 years? I think is a fair offer, unless he goes absolutely crazy. He wins reliever of the year. He wins the playoffs. He wins the World Series. Maybe he had another $3 to $4 million. But I think a fair deal would be $10 million a year for 3 years, $30 million, or maybe go $33 million. I think that's very fair for Weaver. What do you guys think about that? What would you offer Weaver, or what would you offer Williams, and who would you be more comfortable with down the line? So the 8th and the 9th innings. Now you have Fernando Cruz. That's great. Loizaga, as long as he stays healthy, he can actually close. I don't see like a guy like Tim Hill, who I like very much, on the team next year. But he is getting up there. He'll be like 35, 36 years old. And if you're not a specialist, like I've been talking about, like we can't have anymore, because you have to face 3 batters unless you come in with 2 outs in that inning, get the guy out, and that's it. He doesn't have to come out for the next inning. But those days as a super lefty specialist are gone. They don't exist anymore. So right now, again, I don't think, even if they have holes in the relief pitching, they're going to settle that right away. I guarantee that. My concern is who's going to play first base next year. I got a sneaky feeling that Goldschmidt's going to hang it up, especially if the Yankees win the World Series. I don't see him coming back. He may want to do a swan song in with the Cardinals or even the Diamondbacks. Who knows? So we don't know about that. And then of course they really, if they don't address it in the trade deadline, they have to address third base. You have to put Chisholm back at second base. That's his niche. He's got to play second base, guys. There's no reason for that. So they have to, and they're going to have to make a decision what they're going to do with the infield next year. I mean, listen, right now there's no guarantee. Now you may not agree with me, but there's no guarantee that Volpe, this is 3 years now. 3 years. And there's no guarantee about Austin Wells either, guys. The Yankees have some really good guys in the minors, and you may see one of them tomorrow in Rodriguez. That's a very, very good possibility. Let's see. Jake says they got to win with Goldie and Judge. Goldie came to the Yankees to better his shot at winning a World Series. He took less money for that very reason. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, the players will always come to the Yankees because they know they're going to get in the playoffs. It's what they do in the playoffs and do they stay healthy. I mean, think about it for a little bit, guys. Probably by May or June of next year, can you imagine the starting staff? You'll have Cole, you'll have Fried, a healthy Luis Hill, you have Rendon, and then you probably have Clark Smith if he's not traded. Okay, Will Warren is a possibility. I do not think that Marcus Stroman, regardless with the money or not, but the 18 million is not going to kick in. So I think it'll be very easy probably to get rid of him. Yeah, Ken, that's what I say. Thank you. He's projected next 3 years, 27 to 33 million a year. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. I mean, look, Mariano Rivera, nobody's Mariano Rivera. And nobody should probably make as much as Mariano Rivera did, even in his time. But I think the logical choice is Weaver to stay. And I think he's very grateful for the Yankees to save his career. And, I know there's not that much loyalty, but there are some people that are loyal. Look at Aaron Judge. That man was loyal. Nobody knew where he was really going, but deep down in the heart, I think I know it was what Hal had a call from Italy on his vacation to say, what is it going to do to make you stay a Yankee? But that's all in the game. That's all in negotiations, guys. I really knew. And, John, I don't want to reiterate what John Heyman did. Oh, he's signing with the Giants. That was ridiculous. I would have been really floored with that. I was very confident he was coming back to the Yankees. Jake, I honestly think Weaver wants to be a Yankee, unlike Devin Williams. I don't know about that. No, I know he wants to be a Yankee. There's no question about that. Devin Williams, I mean, look, they catered to this guy. I mean, that's got to mean something with the beard and this and that. They catered to the guy. They never once bashed him. They always had confidence that he was going to come back, and he is coming back. Look the job he's doing. And there's way more in that tank. Obviously, if he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, yes. But I don't think it's really fair to say that Williams doesn't want to be a Yankee. He's saying all the right things. He's not. All he said was, I am more effective one inning. Now, that doesn't mean he's got to be a closer. He could come in the eighth. Think about it. Look how short this game can be. Sixth inning. We could go Loizica or Cruz. Seventh inning, the same thing. Whoever doesn't pitch, then the other one pitches. The eighth inning, Williams or Weaver, and the ninth inning, vice versa. I put those four, when they're healthy, up against anybody's bullpen. Not even to mention the fact of a Tim Hill, who, again, gets lefties out. Williams' projection is 5 years, $80 million. That's not happening with the Yankees. No way. No way. The Mets might do it. The Phillies might do it. The Yankees have too much talent in the bullpen. They don't need to do that. You're going to take, I would say, if you're offering, let's say, even $40 million, okay, and I think that's a lot. But if you're saying $80 million, you got $40 million to spend on other things. So that right off the bat, is not going to happen. But I do agree with the figure. The figure's there. Jake, do you think the body language was off at the beginning of the season because he wasn't doing well? Because he seemed, yes, no question about it. I mean, listen, let's face it, he was getting killed. I mean, what kind of body? What can he do? Can he start dancing? Dancing in the streets? No. He reminded me so much of Rich the Goose Gossage. He stunk, and everybody was yelling, "Oh, we gave up Sparky! We gave up Sparky Lyle in that crazy trade. Why? Ba 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 ba." Yeah, but comes June, you couldn't hit him. Go look at the tapes. What that guy does in June, July, August, September, and, of course, the most important to the Yankees and all of us, October. He was unhittable. And 3 innings, guys. 3 innings. Think about it. How many 3-inning saves he had. Just in that Yankee game against the Red Sox on that Monday afternoon, and the Bucky Dent home run. He pitched 3 innings. What reliever is going to do that? Mariano Rivera did it once, and he was gassed. And even in that Red Sox series in 2003, when Boone hit the home run, he was gassed. He had nothing left. But Goose, man, oh man, they weren't clocking as much, as they do now. But I guarantee you, he was close to 99, 100 miles an hour. I interviewed the Goose, and I asked him, I saw him straight up front. That man was throwing 99 miles an hour, if not 100. They don't come like that anymore. They don't. Mariano Rivera, yeah, once in a while he did 2 innings, but when he did the 3rd inning, oh my God, I never saw somebody so gassed. Don't get me wrong, he was probably the greatest relief pitcher I've ever seen. But you can't knock a Goose Gossage. And even if he knocks baseball, well, these guys are getting in the Hall of Fame with 1 inning, and I had a struggle to get in because I did 3 innings. He single-handedly helped the Yankees win that World Series. Just about, aside from the Reggie Jacksons and the Thurman Munsons of the year. Because everybody was hurt. The whole team was almost on the IL. They had nobody playing until July 22nd, 23rd. They started getting the pieces together. And they started winning a series. And little by little, the Red Sox went in. We were 14 and a half games out on July 22nd. 14 and a half games out. I got a funny story to tell you. That night, my brother got married to my wonderful sister-in-law. And that night, everybody was going in the bridal party. Joe, what about the Yankees? I don't know how it came up, but it did. And I took the glass and I said, the Yankees are going to win back-to-back world championships. They all thought I was nuts, out of my mind. Well, guess what? After that night, which they won that night, they won like 19 out of the next 22 games, folks. And the Red Sox lost 15 out of 18. And then came the almighty Boston Massacre, which we won all 4 games decisively. The Red Sox weren't even on the same field with us. I'll never forget, Mickey Rivers and Willie Randolph came up 3 times before the Red Sox 9th place hitter. And this is what you get spoiled about, guys, because the Yankees were great. They didn't have superstar. In our own superstar world, they had Munson, they had Piniella, and then of course the straw that stirs the drink, Reggie Jackson in '77. I believe that if they would have had Reggie in '76, maybe they would have not beat the Red Machine, but they weren't going to lose 4 in a row. when your shortstop, Jim Mason, is the only guy that can hit a home run, and he was a weak hitting shortstop, really weak. He made Anthony Volpe look like George Brett. That's how bad he was. But he's the only home run. But Thurman Munson batted like 571 in that series. You couldn't get him out. The problem is the rest of the team. So there's a lot of intangibles that, we can look at. But, in all seriousness, like I said, the Yankees have now we're half a game up, folks. As a matter of fact, I wanted to do a quick scoreboard update. Let's see what's going on because I feel it's important. So let's go. The Mets and the Braves mid-fourth, 0-0. The Blue Jays beat the Guardians 6-0 this afternoon. The Tigers all over the A's 8-0. Minnesota crunched the Mariners 10-1. The Astros again squeaked by the Phillies 2-1. The Royals, the Royals and the Rays just went absolutely 8 bananas on them and beat them 4 straight in Kansas City. So you can't say that they did this in George M. Steinbrenner Field. 4-0. The Cubs again all over the Cardinals 3-0. The Dodgers beat the Rockies 3-1. The Marlins just took a series from the San Francisco Giants 12-5. So that definitely will hurt their so really there's only one game left on the schedule for tonight, and the Mets are in the bottom of the fourth, 0-0. So that's your scoreboard. Tomorrow, guys, as we know, let's see. Tomorrow we're going to, let's see now. All right, so tomorrow the Mets play the Pirates. The Yankees have the A's at Yankee Stadium. Spence goes up against Warren. Tampa Bay is at the Orioles. The Cardinals are at the Guardians. The Twins are at the Tigers. The Blue Jays and the Red Sox tangle in Fenway Park. The Padres tangle with Cincinnati. The Phillies are with the Atlanta Braves. The Giants and White Sox. The Mariners, Rangers. And the Chicago Cubs, Astros, and bringing up the rear, the Dodgers and the Kansas City Royals, the Rockies, Brewers, the Nationals, Angels, Miami Marlins at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Miami's been playing a lot better. They are definitely playing better. I bet you can't name 3 people that's on the Marlins right now without peaking. So that, that is going on. We did get the news about Channing of the Mets. He could be out for a very long time. Who knows? Who knows what lies ahead? So, and that's really what's been going on, folks. I wanted to come on. I wanted to talk basically one-on-one with everybody. Jake says, I thought because it didn't I remember when they were interviewing him, first got traded, I thought it was going to be the Dodgers. Yes. Yeah. And I'm sure that's Devin Williams. Everybody that's ready to get traded, you think is going to the LA Dodgers. Well, let's see. So we have a weekend series with the A's. The most important in that series is keep away from their killer bullpen. The Yankees have to pounce on them in the early innings, take that lead, and stay that way, because you do not want to play with their bullpen. They have the 2 giants back to back in there, and Mason he's amazing. He's not as good as he was last year. He is a little bit more hittable, but why even chance it? Let's go up 5-0. Let's go up 4-0, 8-0, whatever. And we don't have to worry about it. You know their shortstop Jacob is going to hit the Yankees. The first baseman's I'm sure going to probably have 2 home runs down the road there. But if you could keep the lead and everybody does their job, there's no reason why we have to go into the 7th and 8th inning. I'm wondering if Schittler is going to pitch the last game in the AC. He might. They will probably, according to Jason, they 161. They're going to possibly bring down Winans and bring up Kem. So that would be an exciting game on Sunday. Which, by the way, everyone, a programming note: Friday, Ken the Ugly Truth will be doing the play-by-play. Saturday, it's here at NY Yankee Mania, and Sunday it'll be with Ken the Ugly Truth. Excuse me. So we're going to be doing that this weekend. Also, remember our morning show, 8:30 in the morning, every morning with coffee, bagels, Yankee Talk, You the Chat, and all kinds of good stuff that come on. Guests and co-hosts, they're all a part of New York Yankee Mania. And then, of course, leading up to Wednesday at 2 p.m., you heard tonight that Jason 161 will be doing the interview with me with former Yankee player Billy Sample. And Billy will have some great insight on he was known with the Texas Rangers. He was a good right-handed hitter. He was in a very good lineup, which he'll discuss. I don't want to kill everything. But what's interesting to me is he signed as a free agent 1 year, 1985, with the New York Yankees. And what a year it was. Yogi Berra, after 16 games, gets fired. And lo and behold, Billy Martin comes back. Now, I'm not sure, but there was a possibility that he might have played for Martin in Texas. I don't know. We're going to ask him. Or, obviously I can check it out. But his 1 year with the Yankees was very interesting. And he's going to talk about it. And he's got a book on it. My 1 year here and then some. So you can imagine what's in that book. And he's going to talk a lot about it. And I think it's definitely a book that is a must for everyone. Because imagine talking about Yogi Berra getting fired, being around the Yankee circus at that time, and then on top of that, to know the next day that Billy Martin is now your new manager. So that's got to be something. And like he told me off the air, it was an incredible time. You talk about a circus, well, he's going to talk to us about it. So. If you do miss the interview, then come back and look at the video when you have a chance that day, the next day, whenever. I'm going to keep the link on. And you can go on there right now and ask questions. It will be saved. And as we go through everything, your questions will be answered. And don't be shy about it, guys. Ask him questions. He's a very, very, very good and knowledgeable man. So I am really looking forward to that interview. It should be a lot of fun. Tomorrow, as far as tomorrow morning with Yankee Mania, we will be on at 8:30. We will not have CT cards on. CT has some commitments that have to be taken care of. Hopefully, he'll be back with us Saturday morning. Hopefully, the usual suspects will come on, like Jonathan. Nippon from the N Sports and all. And speaking of that, by the way, Jabba at the Mouth is on tonight. Actually, it's going on right now, and they go on for a while. Go on Jabba and the Mouth and subscribe. And it's a very good show. They're very honest, and they talk about every subject. So take a look at that. Nipton is monitoring everything. He monitors that show, and very proud of him and very lucky to have him on NY Yankee Mania. He is all over the place. So with that in mind, everyone, I'd like to get into a little bit of WWE, if you don't mind. So for your wrestling fans, well, first of all, I wanted to talk a little bit about our show, which is on live every Sunday at 10:45 in the morning. Total Turnbuckle Talk. That I do the show with a very, very good young and talented young man in the name of TJ. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, go there right now. Uh, Press the like, press subscribe. And as a matter of fact, if you don't take my word for it, don't do anything until you look at the show. And I think you're going to be pretty happy. He's an amazing young man. And when I say young man, he's a young man. And boy, does he know his stuff. He puts together talented video. He puts together a lot of things. And the comments have been incredible about TJ. I am very proud and honored to be doing the show with him. And what do? Well, we cover SmackDown. We cover Raw, breaking news as long as it's verified. We do talk about AEW, but a lot of people are focusing. Dev Finch, thank you. TJ knows a lot of stuff. Well, there you go. You've got the proof in the pudding there. Def is a big contributor to the show. He really cares for the show. And when he met TJ, talking to him on the chat, it was a wonderful thing. And thank you, Dev, for being all that. I really appreciate that. So with that in mind, so that now on Sundays, so he puts out a short right after Monday Night Raw. And he recaps. If you guys missed it, if you don't have Netflix or all that, so he recaps, and that goes all the way up to SmackDown. But during the week, there we do updates, we do shorts, we do breaking news. There's a lot of news right now. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know from AEW, Britt Baker. She's like a dentist, and she was a big part of the women's division. She is coming to the WWE, and that I can verify because she said it herself. She said that she's going to go to the WWE, and it's going to be havoc on the women's division. That women's division in WWE is going to be incredible, everyone. So we're looking forward to that. So during the week, we put out these shorts, and TJ puts out these shorts, and, we get a lot of views on it, and then we incorporate that on the Sunday show. Now, we haven't had our first pay-per-view yet. Our first pay-per-view we will sometimes come on while it's on, and we'll talk it over. We may have a reporter in the stands, which I'm very excited about at SummerSlam. We will have a reporter in the stands coming on the live stream with 20,000 fans. What 20? What am I saying? 80,000 fans in the Meadowlands. So in Giant Stadium. So there's a lot that is going to be happening. I'm very excited about that. I will reveal the name on who's doing that very shortly. And we'll do that on Total Turnbuckle Talk. So that, that's coming up. So you have a show during the pay-per-view. And eventually our goal is to actually call the play-by-play if you don't get the pay-per-view. And it's not easy. We're going to have flaws with it, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun that we're both watching it and we're both commenting on it. So we'll give you the start to finish of every match, any title changes, anything in between. And during the commercial breaks, we will talk to people in the stream and get your idea who you think is going to win the next match. Who do you think is going to be crowned King of the Ring? How about Queen of the Ring? So that's going to be a lot of fun, guys. That probably won't be for a little while, but you never know. It's not very easy to do play-by-play on wrestling, but it can be done and it will be done. I've seen it. I've seen how people do it. And I think that the innovation of TJ and myself, I think we can do an excellent job to bring you all the results and all the happenings. It should be exciting. So that's something to look forward to at Total Turnbuckle Talk. But the most important is the links are already out. You can pose your questions. Go subscribe. Look at the videos. You like it, press the like button. If you really like it too, press subscribe. That we really appreciate. But you can't appreciate the innovation of a young man like TJ unless you come to the channel. Come and see the special things that he does, what he puts into his shorts even. They're amazing. And I, for one, is very, very, very excited to have him. Our first wrestling question, Yashin. I'm surprised that WWE is still doing Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia tomorrow, and that hasn't been relocated. Well, it's Saturday night, Yashin. It's going to be Saturday night, and yes, the WWE crew has left for there. They're setting up the ring as we speak. Actually, there have been no red flags, so it's going on. They're going to be cautious. And it is so far so good. It looks like it's going to take place. That should be fun. Who would you like to see win Night of Champions, men and women? What would you like to see? Same thing with Dev Finch. What is your possibilities? I don't want to leave baseball out too, guys. Lou says Wanda Franco be allowed back into baseball. I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I think you've seen and you know what? Tampa Bay doesn't need him. They don't need him. Dev Finch says, yeah, this Saturday afternoon. I don't. Bad on me. I don't know the exact time of Night of Champions, but if he's saying in the afternoon, I would guess it's around 4:00 Eastern time. I could be wrong, or it could be in the morning. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to. I don't. It's on Total Turnbuckle Talk, so look for that. But it's real exciting time for myself with NY Yankee Mania as a 1 p.m. Thank you, Dev. What would we do without you, Dev? What would we do without you? What I can tell you is it's an exciting time for me, for the NY Yankee channel, for Total Turnbuckle Talk channel. There's a lot going on, and they couldn't do it without you, the fans, supporting us. Press the like button, subscribe. That's the most important. And now you can tell your friends if they like wrestling, the WWE or AEW or TNA. Come over there. You're going to see there's a lot of wrestling shows out there, but we're unique. We take the young person's perspective. We know what the adults are going to say, but if it wasn't for the younger people, and I'm not going to say kids, I'm going to say the younger generation, there is no WWE. There is no TNA. There is no AEW. That's what it's all about. The young person. Mommy and daddy, I want to go see Cody Rhodes. They're all imitating the song with the song. They love Seth Rollins. They love Roman Reigns. They love Tiffany Stratton. What's not to like about Tiffany Stratton? She's got it all. Mariah May, who now has Malone as her new name, or all of that. But we'll get into all of that at Turnbuckle Talk around at 10:45 a.m. live. But it really is an exciting time. I mean, to do a Yankee show is a dream come true. To do a wrestling show, I have done that in the past, but not the way that we're promoting this. It's very exciting. And I want you fans to take a look at this, because I think you're going to really enjoy it. Like I said, there's a lot of content out there. Not going to lie. But one thing that they miss is being at a live event, talking about it, and letting we're gonna have a young panel eventually soon, and they're gonna talk about their experiences of being in a live WWE or AEW event, and they're gonna and from start to finish, how does it happen? How do you get your parents to pay $500 a ticket? How did you do that? That's fantastic. And then when you go there, oh, I want the thumb, I want the hand, I want the magazine, I want the championship belts. That's all included. You need your American Express Gold card for a wrestling match. And hopefully one of these days, when I was going, I went to every Hulk Hogan title defense in New York's Madison Square Garden. I was in the first row. You would be able to, if you see MSG events with the Hulk Hogan title, you will definitely see me there. Look a little younger, but you'll know that it's me. And let me tell you, the tickets face value was $30. That same seat right now is over $2,000. I went to WrestleMania 3, the biggest match I think in WrestleMania, along with is very well up there with Hogan and Andre the Giant in WrestleMania 3. I had first row in Pontiac Silverdome. You will see me. When they announced the crowd with Gene Okerlund in the stands, he says, give yourselves a round of applause. They go and bam, I'm right there. $100, the first row seat. Do you know what a pay-per-view is right now? $3,000 to $3,300 a seat. Oh, there's a big difference. You can take the seat home with you. Is that amazing? Is that amazing? And I got news for you, and I don't know what happened, but there is a guy who absolutely buys every ticket imaginable, wrestling, Yankees. If you have a World Series ticket of the Yankees or the no-hitter or perfect game, do you know for WrestleMania 3, he's offered me $1,000 for one ticket. I had that ticket in my possession all this time. I moved. I cannot find the ticket. I am so upset. So upset. I had WrestleMania 1. Can't find the ticket. He's offering almost $1,500 for WrestleMania 1. For one ticket. It boggles my mind. I do have the ticket for Jim Abbott's no-hitter, Dwight Gooden's no-hitter. I do have that, and I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it. I have selfish reasons for that. So I want somebody in the family to enjoy that. But the WrestleMania, I would have pounced on that. And kudos also to me, because the woman that I was dating at the time, I'm still kind of friends with her. I called her. I says, hey, by any chance, because she was a huge wrestling fan in Tito Santana. And I called her up and I said, hey, listen, by any chance, do you have that WrestleMania that we went to? And she says, you know what? I just got rid of it. I said, oh my God. She said, why? I said, because I could have given you $1,000. What? Save your tickets, everyone. If it's really important, anything. If you have a Yankee box seat in the old Yankee Stadium that's worth that was $7.50 main reserve, you can make yourself $300 for it. And it's all legit. It's all legit. And it's just amazing to me. Oh my God. I went to the first SummerSlam. If you have that, it's worth a lot of money. The first of everything. As long as it's a ticket, this company will buy it and they will give you top dollar. So it's just, it's mind-boggling to me. I mean, they always say pray to Saint Anthony when you're missing something. You can't pray to win the lottery, but you can play. That's not a lottery. It's a ticket that belongs to you. It's somewhere. I have no idea where, but it happens. What are you going to do? So it may show up, it may not. But from now on, keep your tickets, everyone. If you're lucky enough to go to a no-hitter, I'm not sure if it's outside of New York, but you could call them. And I won't give out the information without talking to them first. I'm sure it's okay, but I don't like doing that. So maybe I'll just have him come on, and he'll talk about it, and you'll see, very, very legit. Anyway, so there's a lot of good things happening in the world of wrestling and in the world of Total Turnbuckle Talk. As far as Yankee Mania, you know what we're trying to accomplish. We have a morning show that is unique. We try to make people smile. We do birthdays, we do anniversaries, graduations. We congratulate people. We pray for people. That's what we do. You, the fan, come first. No questions asked. Never will change. I don't care if the show becomes the biggest thing since sliced bread. The fans will always take the journey with me, with my podcast, with my channel. You will always be a big part of this channel. And I don't care if I have 1 subscriber or 10 million subscribers. I know who started with me. I definitely know who started with me. And I will never forget that. So I just wanted, and sometimes it's good when the Yankees have a day off. It's good to go over a few things. So please subscribe, like the channel. Please do me one world of a favor. Tell your friends, your family. They don't know. They don't always have love the Yankees. I have Met fans on here, but that's the main thing of these podcasts. We're all here for you. So thank you again. Now that we're ending the stream too, if you want to go see Jobber and the Mount, please go there and say hello from NY Yankee Mania sent you. And also, I am not sure, but our good friend Jason Castillo, I'm not sure if he does have, I don't believe he's putting out a content tonight, but you can check it out in case. If he's on, I urge you to take a look. Definitely tomorrow night. And he has some incredible graphics. They do trivia questions. You can actually put up somebody's name and you see all their stats. It's a very, very good show, and I urge you to go to it. So with that in mind, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow morning on the early morning 8:30 show. Thank you again. God bless you, and God bless America. Let's go Yankees. Thanks for spending a 9-game with us. Good night, everyone.